Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us again on this Monday evening where it is 6 p.m. on the East Coast. And I am Gladys Henderson Williams. I'm going to give you an opportunity to go ahead and grab some people and jump in, and we're going to bring some special guests in on here tonight. So guys, if I hit the wrong button, we're in trouble, aren't we? But I'm going to hit this button. And I am going to I'm going to go back because I don't see her out there right now. Hey guys, listen, this is Manifest Destiny LLC. Like I said, I'm Gladys Henderson Williams. I am the CEO of Manifest Destiny and GHW Productions, book publishing assistance company. And each week we are here. We're excited about being here with you. So go ahead, invite somebody. Go ahead and grab somebody and say, look, I want to get you in on this topic. As we get ready to wrap up the month of July, all month we've been talking about goals, okay? Our topic was goals. And on our goal setting, we talked about, on the 5th, we talked about the Olympics kicking off. I know you guys have been watching the Olympics. I've been watching the Olympics. And we talked about none of the participants that are competing in the Olympics. None of them left home preparing to win the silver or the bronze. Everyone left home to win the gold. So when we set out starting our businesses, starting our companies, we set out to do the same thing. We set out to win the goal. Now, that goal could be achieving 10 new clients in a quarter, in a month. That goal is whatever you decide and you set out for it to be. So when we started talking about goals, saying, hey, Felicia, hey, Christine, hey, Rhonda, I got you. Hope, good to see you guys. When we start talking about a goal, many times we start equating the date I set the goal years ago. It became a vision and a dream that I wanted to do. And when I set that goal years ago, then I look at where I am. I look at my bank account. I look at my clientele, and then it doesn't add up. But that's why we welcome you here tonight, because we're going to talk about how to evaluate your goal. Because inside the big goal that you set are other goals in there that you achieve along the way. And what we'll do is we'll get so focused on I haven't achieved the big one till I don't celebrate me when I achieve the small one. Let me give you a good example of a goal. I set my sights on my goal to be, I'm not going to make this really, where you can't even comprehend it. Because if I say I'm going to start making $5,000 to $10,000 a month, well, before I can get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, I got to put some things in place so that I can achieve little steps until I get to that. What do you mean by that, Gladys? I mean that within the goal, there's some things you want to do. If I said I want to do $5,000 to $10,000 a month, then I got to start focusing on how to get 100. Then I got to focus when I reach 100, I got to go 150. And see, we will say that I'm going to get this done in 6 months. And then 6 months comes along and we're not even close to being there. We become frustrated. We want to quit, but we are not quitters. Just because it didn't happen in the time frame that you said, excuse me, 1 minute. You said it. But what you said was that I'm going to get there in 6 months. But what we failed to build is the little things in between there. So we focused on that all month. We talked about being consistent. We talked about being commitment looks good on me. Consistency looks good on me. You are a winner. We talk about this every week. You can't grow if you're comfortable with the goal you have set. You can't grow. If you are comfortable with that goal, that means now the topic that we're going to discuss tonight, to evaluate what that goal is. Remember, you can't grow being comfortable. And I got somebody that's going to be on here tonight with me. I'm getting ready to bring them on. And we're going to talk about them staying focused. But by them staying focused on it, and she worked with Manifest Destiny, and we sat and we talked and we built new plans. And within the big goal that she wanted to accomplish, she had to go back in and massage some other pieces to say, I thought this would work, but it really didn't. But you know what? I tried it. I'm going to bring her on right now. Let me see if I can grab her in here. Come on in, come on in. I hope your camera is on. I am bringing to the stage, I hit the right buttons, and I want to bring in Miss Rhonda Ely. Rhonda, can you get in here? It says that I added you, Rhonda. Rhonda Ely. Rhonda. Okay, it says, their friend won't be able to watch your video unless they're in your selected audience. You're in my audience. No answer from live. Okay. Anyway, I want to talk to you guys about Rhonda. And I'm going to let Rhonda drop her comments in the chat. Here's what Rhonda did. Rhonda tried many things. Rhonda's company. Rhonda, drop your name of your company in there. Beads from Above. When Rhonda started, I met with Rhonda. I met Rhonda at a vending event. And I said, Rhonda, your vision for where you want to be is greater than right here. Okay, let me try this again. One. I added you in, but I can't see you. If you can see me, say I'm in. Okay. Okay, so I know I'm doing something wrong, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. I'm going to get a text message. No, I won't get no text message. But anyway, Beads from Above. Here's what Rhonda did. Rhonda was hiding behind the fear of not wanting to be seen. Rhonda said, I cannot do this. I can't get in front of a camera. So you know what Rhonda did? Rhonda went out and collaborated with Hope London Couture. Rhonda said, Hope London Couture is good with getting in front of the camera. So what they did was they decided, we're going to do some Facebook Live. Hope London Couture was doing clothes. Beads from Above was doing beads. So now, every lady that wears a beautiful dress, we want some accessories. So the beads and the clothing went together. High end. Couture. High end. So they collabed together. Then Hope London, the CEO of Hope London Couture, let me tell you what she did. She convinced Rhonda, you got this now. You got this now. You don't need me on here. So Rhonda was like, I'm going to do this afraid. We talked about this last week. Doing it afraid. Don't give up. Because when you do it afraid, it shows your tenacity and not giving up. So Hope London gets her out there. Rhonda and I and her husband, we met and we evaluated what Rhonda was showing the people. When we evaluated what Rhonda was showing the people, we came up with a plan to give it greater visibility. Because if you look at how Rhonda used to show her jewelry, she used to just show wearing it all the time. Rhonda invested in some mannequins to put her jewelry on, and now she can't even keep enough beads. But see, in the big goal, Rhonda was willing to evaluate the goals within the goal that she wanted to see happen. So don't be discouraged if you don't see your big goal coming into fruition based on the time limit that you've given yourself. Because putting it back on the table and taking a look at it, the goals within the goals to get to the one you want, that's not disappointment. That's not a failure. That is being a business owner. This is why business owners have teams. This is why business owners have coaches. This is why Rhonda came to Manifest Destiny and we sat down, no intimidation. We were able to help her build a plan that fit her. And the plan that fit her was the one that is growing. So Rhonda went from, I can't do this Facebook Live thing. Every day I turn it on now, and guess who out there with some new beads? Rhonda. Rhonda said, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to be shaking in my boots. So since I'm scared to stand and I'm going to shake if I stand up, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play some soft music so I can keep my heart rate down and I can show you all my new pieces, because it gave her the creativity not to feel like a failure, that she couldn't go on the steps and the goals that she had planned. Going back and looking at what you want to accomplish and say, that didn't work, so I'm going to try this. Grow your belief in you. You get in the mirror and you tell yourself, thank you, call your name. I said, thank you, Gladys, for not giving up on you. Thank you. Tell yourself, thank you for not giving up on you. Because you face yourself every day in the mirror. And the person that's going to hold you accountable are the words that you spoke to the person in the mirror. Many times we talked about this, because I'm not telling you anything I haven't done. Many times I was afraid to speak the goal out of my mouth. I would whisper it. But I had to speak it loud enough that the person in the mirror would hold me accountable. Because when we look at, you have to have a strategy, and that accountability made me sit down and scream the best word, the strongest word that you could ever scream, and that word was help. Help. See, we said, well, I went to Manifest Destiny last year and I didn't finish up, and I went there 2 years ago. You know what? I'm still in the same place. I've had to redo our goals. And that is why I have a business coach myself, so that I don't become sidetracked with life issues. See, sometimes we say, oh, I'm too embarrassed to go back. I'm not too embarrassed to go back to the refrigerator to feed me, so I should not be embarrassed to go back to the goal that I set for me and my family. I set some expectations that I wanted to create a legacy so others will know that this can be done. I'm not too embarrassed to go back. Say, look, Manifest Destiny, let's try this. Let's do something else. Let's try another way. Let's try another way. Don't get stuck in saying that I told so many people I was starting a business. Now I'm embarrassed. embarrassed because I can't go back to the family reunion. I cannot go around my friends because they're going to ask me, what happened? Are you still, this is how they said, are you still doing that thing? No, I'm still doing my business. Just like JCPenney, just like Macy's, just like any company, they go back and rearrange things so that it can be appealing based on the environment, the season. You're not going to go even in Walmart and buy a Parker right now. But the season changed and you go in there and buy some scantily clad, some outfits. So just as they have a team of people who sit down and they look at what the environment is calling for, that is the same way we, me, you, your friends, everybody you know, the man on Chick-fil-A, the man on McDonald's, that is the same principle that we all must use. Stop hiding. Don't hide. I'm one that will be there to help you. I want you to win. That's why this is called Winning in 20. Not just for this decade, but for the century. Until this calendar changes to 2030 or whatever, we in this. We riding with this. Look, let me give you a quick story that happened this week. A young lady who subscribed, if you haven't subscribed, here's a plug. Subscribe to the Manifest Destiny LLC webpage. Because if you subscribe, you get a free book. She got this book. And she told me, she said, when I got that book, it hit different. Because at the top of the book, it said mine. She said it just hit different. She doesn't have a name of a company, but she wanted to know what was in the book because it made it personal. So what she did was, good to see you got your book, Christine. She made this shirt. I didn't ask for this shirt. She made this shirt. And when I first saw it, I'm like, what are those numbers? And if you ever played Scrabble, these are the points for the letters of SWAT. She created this shirt. She sent it to me. This morning we had a conversation. And she said, I told her what a great job she did. And that I love it. And that I was going to wear it tonight. She said, because I watched a relative of mine do such a great job with his machine, and I didn't feel confident enough to send you that shirt. She said, I was getting ready to give my equipment away because she thought he was doing a greater job than what she could do. I said, no, you're not going to give that away. Because you are starting where all of us started in the beginning. In the beginning, we all had a dream, a vision of what we want to do. So guess what is going to happen now? I, Gladys Henderson Williams, I'm going to sow into her confidence. Did you catch that? I'm going to sow into her confidence. So when I sow into her confidence, her belief in herself is going to grow. Because when we take the time to look at somebody else and not get focused and drowned out by the sounds we hear ourselves telling us not to do it, and we sow into somebody else and give them some confidence, increase their belief, you know what happens to our business? We grow. I like the shirt. And it's good material too, because she knows I like good material. Guys, we are wrapping up this entire month on goals. Look at your goals. Call me. I want to sit down with you. Let's dust them off. I got some good cleaner we're going to call strategy and accountability. Let's get back in the game. The Olympics are on, and they are winning gold, and so are you. Hey guys, that's my time for tonight. We're winning, and we're not just winning for today. You're a winner. Get in the mirror and increase your belief. See you next week. We got a brand new topic because that's going to be August.